So I'm happy to give the floor to Felipe Morales, who is the founder and chief engineer at RESONAR, specialized in development and implementation of acoustic safety technology for helmets. Felipe has extensive experience in audio engineering with a focus on motorcycle safety. He pioneered in developing binaural hearing technology for helmets to improve the directional sound awareness, holding patents in safety and acoustic technology innovations. Thank you, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Bennett. Good morning, how are you? I'm very glad to be here today. Here we have colleagues that work on this paper. Very happy to be sharing this today with you. You hear this every time there's a conference about safety and motorcycles. It's actually a pandemic, the deaths we have, and also the problems we have after incidents on the road. So it's a key factor that we work together on solving this. The study we did assesses the perception of a helmet with ears, and it's actually a pattern technology. Prior to this study, we conducted different tests, both in a biometric lab and also on a control track with a quadraphonic system, and with subjects using the helmet with the technology and subjects using helmet without the technology. And also, that's on the number one and number two. And also on the third one, we did also test the helmets with and without the technology with binaural microphones and a turntable, making sure what we got on the laboratories was confirmed in motion and without people, with the microphone, binaural microphones. For people that don't know about binaural hearing, it's actually the mimicry of the resemblance of how we hear in 3 dimensions. So the most important things we found on this test were actually a serendipity. When we were doing number one with people, we were measuring frequency response for those individuals. And at the end of those research, there was not much of a difference between those frequency responses. So actually, when you put a helmet on, there's a roll-off in the mid and high frequencies that change the way you hear. But then we started to look at the laterality. So it means of when the people say that sound was coming from the right or the left, and we did it also looking backwards. So people knowing if the sound was coming from the right back or the left back. And that's where we found a big problem, and that's called the laterality error. And actually, when you put a helmet on, any helmet that covers your ears, that distorts the way you perceive 3-dimensional sound. So we've been taking for granted when we put a helmet on that we lose sound around us. So we discovered with this, that small detail of the localization or direction of sound around you gets lost. And in a huge number, we found close to 40% of error, laterality error. So that was a big finding for us. So we did the testing on the control track, with people riding in the back of the pilot with the technology, without it. And actually in movement, we found out that because of Doppler effect, the perception was much better, much higher with our technology. So it was a huge surprise, because in movement, the brain knows exactly where the sound is coming from or it is going out. And then we took all these measurements and compared it in the laboratory with the binaural microphones, and then we decided to do it with real people in the real world. So we had to go all the way and make molds and produce a set of helmets to do the real world testing. And we collected our data from a group of traffic agent police in Colombia, We thought about what is the most difficult target group that we can use, and we use traffic police agents. So then this study that I'm going to show you today is about those results. I wanted to acknowledge the previous work that we did to get to that point. Okay? So, in other words, when you put a helmet on that covers your ears, you lose part of the information, and your brain has the reference of sound, but not the direction or the distance of those sounds. So this is the research we did with the company of Dr. David Schrebel from the University of Alabama in Birmingham and his colleague Jishin Wang. So we measured the perception of safety basically, and we found out that the perception of safety was much more higher when they compare it to the helmet with ears. And it was amazing the way they respond to this change of behavior actually. And because of when you use a helmet, you take for granted that the sound around you is going to be lost, it's going to be loose. So they found out that they could hear many special things like we have references for people saying that they heard the chain of the motorcycle loose, or they could hear the beep of a car that was covered by a truck, for example, that they couldn't see, and they could find the direction and close distance to that. Well, it's your brain works well. We also measured we compare also the perception of important sounds, and we were emphasizing the importance of the laterality. So when they heard the motorcycle coming on the right, they couldn't see probably because of the blind spot. We actually call it the death zone, where you don't hear or see anything. So we are solving this with this correction of the laterality error. These are the traffic agents, police, using the helmet. As you can see in the middle, it's a helmet with ears. And what it does is biomimicry. It's a biomimicry of the hearing system, the human hearing system. We gave a lot of importance to the way the P9 this works, and it's a fantastic result that we got in a very simple way that actually is patented. Well, the conclusions were the enhanced auditory perception could improve motorcycle safety. That's what they reported. The participant traffic police agent reported that the protective helmet with earpieces significantly enhanced their ability to hear and improve their overall motorcycle safety, which is outstanding. And the perceived safety with the traditional helmet decreased after the experience and with the alternative helmet. Actually, obviously, I use the helmet with the technology. I can say that I wouldn't change my helmet now to the traditional one. Our results indicated that the novel motorcycle helmet with earpieces designed for 360-degree hearing can enhance riders' auditory awareness, improve safety, and reduce crash risk without compromising comfort. Yeah, those are something else that we found out that, and also when we were doing the audiometric lab test, people like we didn't take into the consideration of claustrophobia, but we found that many of the tested person perceive less claustrophobia, and maybe we believe that it's going to help with the factor of angry driving, because when you lose one of your senses, of course, all your thoughts come to the frontal side of your brain, and you become we become an angry driver. So we are putting a lot of effort on bringing this to any helmet, to all the helmets in the world. So basically it's like this, with regular helmets, you have basically your eyes, and sound is muffled by the covering your hearing. So with RESONAR, with the hearing helmet, you'll have the 360-degree awareness back. Well, something very important that we took into the consideration was obviously the testing part, and the way helmets are tested. As you know, we only test helmets for the way they receive impact. So we're bringing something new to the table about testing haptics and perception. Obviously, these helmets are going to be used by humans, so I think there's a new branch that we're opening here for testing, laboratory tests, and comparing the way a helmet can be perceived sound around or not. And also, obviously, you know about ECE 2206 and also DOT. It talks about this. The helmet will not dangerously affect the user's hearing ability. And I think we are just in the right line of ECE 2206. And sound, as we heard before, also with Serkan calling, it's a major issue on safety. And we think we have a major solution that can improve in a fast and easy and also low-cost way road problems. We do have patent foundation and other patents on this technology. We'll obviously protect it. And you can see here we have there's actually those are my daughters. We have these models here, and they are able to talk each other and hear each other easily. And so with this one brand that is using it in Colombia called Theo, actually I was playing with somebody yesterday that when we were going to do the first marketing approach, they say, don't say it's for safety. Safety doesn't sell. So we had to say it's for communication, it's for communication between the co-pilot and the pilot. So in countries like Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, motorcycles are used also for Uber. People pick up a person on the road and they can be talking, and it's a safer way to ride. So the big question we have for you is, if we ride motorcycles with eyes open, why not let a helmet with ears enhance our safety? Before the questions, I'm going to show you for the first time for some of you samples of the hearing helmet. Okay. So here's the hearing helmet. This is applied to two full-face helmets. We use it also in 3/4, and it works also perfectly. And I don't know if anybody from the audience, this is our L, wants to try it, and we can do a test here live. Anybody that wants to try it and help me with this? One by one, please.
Where's my task other than verbally?
Hello. Okay, Sebastian, thank you. So I'm going to be around you, and I'm going to be clapping my fingers, and then you can hear where exactly or up or down. If you open, open. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same. In a very, I can talk to him like this, in a very,
Yes, I do.
so I can talk really in a low amplitude, and you will hear it. So it's basically like this. It's more comfortable for riding. It's like wearing no helmet, so the sensation of the feeling of freedom is back in some way with the protection of the helmet. So this is RESONAR and Felipe Morales. Thank you very much, and thank you to Sebastian.
Yeah.